Hey, what's good? Hey, this your boy Hog here with the Hate is Real podcast. Now let's get into this shit right here. Now what we're gonna be talking about is mental health awareness. This is the biggest problem, the common problem that's going on in the world, the United States. It don't matter where you at. A lot of mental health is going on, and you know, a lot of people sweep it in under the rug, and a lot of people, they don't want to talk about it. Well, let's get into this shit right here. Yeah. So, a little bit of everybody got mental health. You feel me? A lot of people deny it. Don't matter if you're a doctor, a lawyer. Everybody got mental health. You feel me? So, before we get to going and get to talking, we're gonna go ahead and put some little herb in it. You feel me? Yeah, but on this mental health situation, this outbreak, it's a purge. You may feel like nobody listening, nobody there. The only thing in this world, it seems like, for a black man to do or go through some mental health, he gotta go to the hood. Gotta go to the hood during stripes. Gotta go to the hood to wanna feel love. How can you do some street shit that was already invented before you? How can you think for your life that that's the positive way for you to go? When you gonna start making decisions and say, you know what, hey, I wanna be a leader, not a follower. You can't be the best OG. It's already been proven. It's already been OGs. It's already been this. It's already been that. Are you living just to die? Are you living to have kids just to die, not be there for them? So for my mental health, I like cannabis. So since I like cannabis or marijuana, I need to be living in a marijuana state that has recreational, that has medical. If I don't have a card, I could keep medical. Because I don't need a card. Because we're recreational, you just walk up in there with your ID, your driver's license. You feel me? But this is what helps me for my mental health. Because everybody got mental health. It can't be denied. You feel me? So, what we going to talk about today is how can we stop these thoughts that we have in our brain? Do we have to act out on these thoughts in our brain? No. Can we make better decisions not to act out on them thoughts? Because if you just look at your situation before you think about shooting that nigga or killing somebody or robbing, stealing, you gotta think like, what would happen if I get caught in a crossfire? What would happen if I go to jail? I gotta spend the rest of my life in jail? Why are you not thinking about that? Or why are we not thinking about that? How can we have coping skills to work on our mental health? A lot of times with mental health, you gotta learn how to take steps. Like we was growing up. You used to watch that show, Step by Step, Step by Step, Day by Day, singing the song, Step by Step, Day by Day. You gotta do everything step by step and day by day. You feel me? It wasn't easy growing up as a black child or growing up into a black man. It was not easy. Growing up in a household that your father wasn't in the household, but when he was dealing with your mother, domestic violence, beat her, and beat her. For some reason, with the domestic violence, a lot of women, they don't want to come out, they don't want to seek help, for the simple fact is they feel they love this man. And you know what, if you love this man and this man keep doing it, or he ain't trying to make an effort to change, you need to get some help. And get some help from him to get him away from you. So am I saying if a man put his hands on you the first time, should you just take him back? No. I'm saying if you ever feel like you're in a situation that you're gonna be violated or hurt by a man, you need to leave. You need to leave that situation. Because he should have a lot of self-control, or sometimes it be a woman that be doing domestic violence too. If you can't have enough self-control to keep your hands to yourself as far as dealing with your spouse, then that ain't the woman for you. You need to leave her alone. You need to let her be single, let her move on with somebody that's really gonna love her, because you know what? It's not you. So with the mental health, you have to work on it. You have to step it out. You have to find out, do I need to keep hanging around this crowd? Or do I need to think on my own? Do I need to use my own mind? If I'm gonna change, I know I can't change overnight, but go back to step by step, day by day. If I try step by step and day by day, I can get in a situation to work on, to treat a woman right, work on not to put my hands on a woman, work on trying to correct my life, work on whatever trade I got so I can make myself happy and enjoy what I'm making myself happy. If you're feeling down, if you have mental health, find something to do, find something positive. Go for a walk, go walk in the park. Anything is better than thinking on your thoughts. Talk to the Most High. Talk to God, talk to Jesus, talk to whatever you believe in. Because before you use them thoughts in your mind, think about where you at. Because where you at is not a bad spot if you're free. If you in the land of the free, you still got to follow rules being free. But if you don't use your mind or your brain and you act out on them thoughts, then you're going to be sitting in prison. Or karma is going to come for you. Or every time in your life, your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, it's going to be like a back and forth with your life. Until you find out what you want to do and how you want to change yourself. mental health runs strong in my family. I know it runs strong in everybody's family. Like everybody in their family everybody got a crackhead in their family. Everybody got a pill popper. Everybody got somebody in their family. But you know what we need to start doing? The people that got them issues in our family, our friends, we need to stop walking away when we see people down and out on drugs or on mental health. What we need to do is try to encourage that person, try to help that person. But we understand that you can only do so much. But the so much and the so little that you can do can encourage somebody to get off of drugs or to change their life or to work on not being violent, physical, mentally, emotionally. Because mental health is real. Let's don't turn our back on mental health. Let's go forward and help. It wasn't easy changing myself and changing my life and becoming a good father and running a business and learning how to run a business and understand how it's ups and downs. You go up, you go down, then you learn how to manage it. So even though I have mental health that runs in me and runs in my father and runs in my grandfather, can I understand and learn how to work with my mental health and control it? Yes. Do I act out on bad thoughts? No. Do I act out on positive thoughts that's going to help benefit me and my family? Yes. See, the mental health that runs in my family, yeah, it's ancestral, it's slavery. Yeah, that's mental health. You know what I mean? But on top of that, my grandfather, he was in Vietnam, and when they was in Vietnam, they were taking all these different type of drugs, You know what I mean? He was minority, he was black. Like my grandpa said, shoot, they had you on the infantry. You was on foot. You know what I mean? Yeah, think about that. That's an awkward situation if you're looking for people in the Vietnam and these people they already got underground caves. You know what I mean? You coming to their land. You feel me? They see you before you see them. My grandpa, you know what I mean? He was in city, you know, R.I.P. to my grandpa, Vietnam vet. You know what I mean? And R.I.P. to him. But he had to do stuff when he was in Vietnam that made him lose his mind, and he was shell-shocked. The reason he was shell-shocked because he had to shoot kids and shoot people because they had, excuse me, because they had bombs on them. So it was either him or them. And if he wouldn't have did nothing in Vietnam, my grandfather wouldn't have made it back home to his family. I probably wouldn't even be able to tell his story because he told me. So when my grandpa came back, he was shell-shocked. So my grandpa, he was drinking. Man, it was back in the day, they had the big kegs of whiskey, big great keg of whiskey. And my grandpa, they said my grandpa drunk damn near the whole thing. Man, he said he ran around the whole city of Little Rock naked, man. The whole city naked. You know what I mean? And the only thing they can give him was a Vietnam check and a check for what he's seen and what he went through in Vietnam. My grandpa went to Vietnam. Before he went to Vietnam, he was a good man. He didn't have to deal with mental health as strongly. But when he went to Vietnam, he seen so much. And when he seen so much, he had kids, started having kids, had my daddy. My daddy, he got mental health issues. His brother got mental health issues. So with mental health, can you change it? Can you cure it? Yeah, I think you can cure it, and I think you can break chains and break obstacles, and don't let mental health deprive you from making a change and being successful in life. Because what you got to understand, you have one life. You can't get that life back. Once you gone, you gone. Let me go ahead and hit my mental health right here. It's your boy Hoghead. The only thing that I can do, I can't tell you to go out here and act a fool. The only thing I can do with this podcast or this talk or this inspiration for talking about mental health awareness is don't ignore it. If you can't work on it and try to better yourself, go ahead and get you some help. Go ahead and get you a therapist, get you somebody to talk to. Because, man, these senseless killings, these shootings at schools, every time you look on the news, man, somebody's dying horribly, getting robbed, getting shot. You know what I mean? People out here robbing and shooting, but there's jobs available. For some reason, you telling me you a grown man or grown woman, you don't know how to fill out an application. Sometimes in life, you have to wait. You have to take your time. Trying to get fast money or live a fast life, it don't work for you and it don't work for everybody. So sometimes you gotta take your time to be patient. So I just want to say, anybody that's out there facing mental health, before you crash out and do some stupid stuff, get some help. You feel me? People will respect you more if you go out here and get you some help. Yeah, with mental health, you're gonna feel depressed, anxiety, you're gonna feel like nobody loves you. 100%. It's gonna feel like that. But do you think a lot of people in this world became successful? If a person don't love them or a person is not showing concern for them, you have to do it for yourself. The same way you came out that womb by yourself, the same way you're gonna go out by yourself. Only you can make the change, but you can make the change by getting help. Let's quit ignoring this mental health and let's be aware about it. Let's talk about it. Let's get it out there and let's don't ignore it. We got people out here hurting people because they on drugs. Well, there's a lot of people out here homeless on drugs, mental health. We can't just keep walking by it and ignore the situation. So an individual need to change it. People need to come up and brainstorm and say, how we gonna help? How we gonna give this person the resources to get a therapist? Yeah, think about it. A lot of people under mental health, they homeless or struggling. They ain't got it like you. They ain't got big bank accounts. So I want y'all to like and subscribe. And we're going to talk more about mental health awareness.
Hey, this your boy Hog here with the Hate Is Real podcast. Now let's get into this shit right here. Yeah.